Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about how the old world is going to keep you trapped. So this book here I wrote, Our Mental Still What We Think and How We Feel. So this is shaped and molded by what you think and how you feel. Now I'm going to draw on the iPad and I'm going to put it on the screen somewhere. Okay. So if this is you inside this reality, and there's trees and there's houses and there's other people and mountains and rivers and all this stuff. Okay. This is shaped and molded by what you think and how you feel. Now, this also implies the old world. So, what is the old world? Well, friends, relatives, partners, exes, jobs, relationships in general, because everything is a relationship. I have a relationship with this pen, I have a relationship with my mug, I have a relationship with the peppermint tea inside this mug. I have a relationship with my books and the laptop that I write these books on and the keyboard. And I have a relationship with Neville Goddard, and I edit and publish Neville Goddard's books. And, it's a beautiful book. So the old world is friends, relatives, partners, exes, jobs, relationships, okay? And they will tell you something to remind you that you are someone somewhere. So all of these, the exes, the jobs, the relationships, will hold you hostage as an identity that they know, that they are familiar with, that they are comfortable. Death before dishonor is, I wrote about that in there. Okay, so this is the Fertile Mind series where each thread ties into each other. They're all playing a role. So this is number 4. Our mental still is number 5. Then it goes to mental food poisoning. Then it goes to mental virus. Then it goes to mental health, which is a conversation between the inner man and the outer man. And they're all tying into the same tapestry. They're all sharing the same message in their own unique way, which is what we're all doing, okay? We're all one, sharing our own message, sharing the gospel, the good news, because that's what gospel means, the good news. We're sharing that in our own unique way, because that's what we're supposed to do. That's what we are here to do. So when you got someone out there somewhere and elsewhere that tells you, oh, you think you're here to share your message with everyone, you can't help anyone, you think you're put here on this earth to share your message doesn't mean anything. Okay, if you say so, and yet their message is some news of doom and gloom. Now, where is the bad news in the good news? There is no bad news in the good news. That's what the gospel means, the good news. So how can there be bad news in the good news? So if you're sharing any message other than good news, then you're a false prophet. you're sharing nonsense. But these same people will say that you're the one sharing nonsense. And that's okay. They can live in the hell that they created, which is what we're talking about. So to this mental seal, your mental seal, shaped and molded by what you think and how you feel, is either your heaven or your hell. Now, a lot of you are living in a hell that you created. Yeah, that you created. And I know that sucks to hear. I know that sucks to hear because we have to be accountable, and people hate being accountable. They hate it. They hate it. That's why they must point their finger out there, up there, somewhere and elsewhere. They have to point their finger. But guess what? What happens when you point your finger? Your other three fingers are pointing back at you, aren't they? And really, what are we pointing at? What are we pointing at? We're pointing at the mirror. This is a Bagua mirror. It's on there for a reason, because it's a mirror. So this book is called Mental Health, What I Continue to Think and Feel. Mental health is crossed out for a reason, because there is no mental health. It's what I continue to think and feel. But that's not sexy to claim, is it? That I suffer from what I continue to think and feel problems. This mental health that I'm demonizing, that I'm acting like is outside of my control, and I need these pills and this drink and this woman to numb it, to stop it, to change it, then I'm blaming the mirror. I'm pointing at the mirror. I'm complaining about the mirror. Does that make sense? This world is a mirror. You know, this AI tracker seems to have where did they get that from? Maybe me pointing. Now, the point is, I don't know where the camera's looking at right now. But anyway, the old world, friends, relatives, partners, exes, jobs, relationships, something, someone, somewhere, you know? They want to label and identify you as someone and something because it helps them feel comfortable. Because if you are something different to what they know and are familiar with and are comfortable with, then that means that their snow globe that they live in, their world that's shaped and molded by what they think and how they feel, is different. And if it's different, that means that there's an unknown that they don't know, which means it's scary because we're scared of the unknown. We're scared of the unknown. So if you're different, that implies their world is different. So they grasp and they struggle and they desperately need to remind you to fall in line as someone or something that they can identify with, which is why, for example, right, you know what we could have done the other way around? Could have made a list side by side, mental and physical. But when you change your diet, either mental or physical, all these people up here that they're used to going out and getting burgers with you, or eating meat, or maybe you were a vegetarian and now you're not a vegetarian anymore, so now you go out and eat burgers. These friends, relatives, partners, exes, jobs, relationships, so jobs means co-workers, bosses, whatever the fuck it is, the old world will literally try and bring you back to the old world. Now, in the Bible, this is also called the old man. And the old man will try and bring you back into this old world. So This is why people judge and condemn you for what you're eating, because you're not the same. You've changed. What's wrong with you? You're different. Just because you don't want to go out into the pub anymore and have beers, just because you don't want to eat meat anymore, just because you don't want to eat vegetables anymore, and you've let go of this nonsense about having to save the planet by not eating animals, or that you're more or less spiritual for eating animals, or you're more or less spiritual for eating vegetables. You're more or less spiritual by being plant-based. You're more or less spiritual by being a breatharian. Yeah. A mental virus, mental food poisoning. That's what I talk about in here. Because no matter what you do, say, someone somewhere is going to change their opinion. So I'll read you the first page of mental food poisoning. Depending on who we speak to, what industry they work in, what they were told growing up, where they grew up, what background they are, what information they've been fed with, education, what they may have researched and studied, what their agenda is, who's paying them, and what their own opinions are, we will receive a different answer that varies from each of them about what food we should be consuming, for what purpose, how often, and here's a link to buy an ebook so we can find out why their opinion is law. There's a diet to build muscle, a diet to lose muscle, and a diet for weight gain. There's a diet for weight loss, a diet for energy, and a diet for health. There's a diet that cures disease and a diet that creates disease. There's a carnivore, omnivore, and herbivore diet. There's a keto, paleo, and vegan diet. There's a plant-based, vegetarian, pescatarian diet. There's a fruitarian, breatharian, beningerian, and the insert blankarian diet. Diet. Repeated thoughts turned into opinions and hardened into beliefs. These beliefs install programs forced down the throats of others, all to make a dollar. The word diet itself means it's a short-term substitute for something else. What was wrong with the else? Now, one of the comments I had was, I should look into Dr. Sebi. And there's no way that I can say that the V isn't bad for me, and that the sugar that's in it, and how bad it is, and the words on the can crystallize into the water. Yeah, so if that's true, and you're not drinking them because you're so afraid of them, why are you sick and tired? Why are you miserable? Why do you have an attitude? Why do you have mental food poisoning and a mental virus that you must regurgitate onto my comment section if you're not drinking it? Aren't you supposed to be better than me? Aren't you supposed to be more healthy than me? Aren't you supposed to be more spiritual than me because you eat Dr. Sebi's diet, which you don't, but you're just telling me to do it. And then you're telling me that, well, yeah, you should do it. You should look into it. You should look into it some more. And I don't reply to anyone, but I replied, well, I stopped replying to anyone, but I replied to this one saying, if you say so. And he said, you're ignorant, eh? If you say so. Because that's going to be another video. I am just unconditional love. Whether you want to believe it or not, whether you admit it or not, I am unconditional love. So if I'm a prick, then so be it. If you say so. If I'm great and amazing, then so be it. If you say so. It's unconditional. It's a mirror. The mirror must reflect what the quartz projects. That's just how it works. I'm not making this shit up. It's not my fault that your life is miserable. It's not my fault that your life is amazing. It's your fault that your life is miserable. It's your fault that your life is amazing. That itself is wonderful because that means you have control. That means you're accountable because you're in control. But we want to blame someone outside of us. You're the reason why I'm miserable. You're the reason why I put on weight. You're the reason why I lost weight. You're the reason why I can't put on weight. You're the reason why this, why that. You're the reason why I can't have friends. You're the reason why I can't change my profile picture on Facebook, even though my Facebook profile is supposed to be hidden from everyone. I'm not supposed to be found. You're the reason why my life is miserable. Yeah. And we continue on and on because we're self-justified. It makes us feel better, doesn't it? We feel good about this because that way we have an excuse. We have a scapegoat. So I'll reply to this comment, if you say so. And then you said, you're ignorant, eh? I said, if I'm the ignorant one, why are you commenting on my fucking profile? Why are you subscribed to me? Why are you subscribed? Why are you listening to me? The V is neither clean or unclean. The peppermint tea is neither clean or unclean. Paul's letter to the Romans says it is only unclean to the one that deems it unclean. Now I'm paraphrasing, I don't know the exact quote. But to he who thinks it's unclean, it is. So again, you can demonize this and say that this is the cause of your death. And you can idolize this and say that this is the cause of your health. But guess what? Is this within or without? It looks without to me, right? So what happens when someone takes it away? What happens when someone removes it from my life? Whether it was a false demon or a false god, it's a false idol. So what happens when someone takes it away? I can't blame that for being the cause of my death, making me ill. And I can't blame that for being the cause of my health and keeping me alive. Someone took it away. What happens now? Now we need to fill that void. We need to fill that gap. So we look elsewhere. So now, oh, yeah, you're right. That wasn't it. This is it. This is it. This is the cause of my life. This is the cause of my death. And then someone takes it away. And then you know what we do with the people that take it away from us? We demonize them. We say that they're the fucking problem. They're the fucking demon. God and devil are the same power. It's one. How can you separate one? How can you separate this? And don't tell me you can put up the other fingers. Because there may be separate fingers, unique fingers, but they're part of the one hand of the one creator. So with this hand, I can kill or make alive. So don't tell me that they are separate. Don't tell me that you have 5 gods or 5 demons. It's one hand, one creator. And this isn't without. This isn't a part of me. This isn't separate from me. It is me. He knows, but does not see. Because he knows, but chooses not to see. Because if you choose to consciously focus on your nose, that's all you would see. So you're choosing to overlook your nose. You're choosing to overlook what you knows. Play of words. Play on words. Play of words. Play on words. Play in words. Play with words. Call her words if you want, because everyone's playing with her, aren't they? But you know, you're the demon for bringing that up, for calling that shit out, aren't you? But it's all right. Watch, subscribe, like, make sure you keep in tune and you keep it up to date. Okay. So when you change your diet, your mental diet, or your physical diet, people will ask all these things. People will say all these things. You're not the same. You've changed. What's wrong with you? You're different. Are you okay? Well, you don't want a beer. What's wrong with you? You okay? Are you too good for us? You heard that one before, haven't you? Hey? Same thing when you change your mental diet and you no longer want to talk about the same rubbish, the same junk, the same nonsense. You don't want to watch the same shit on TV. You don't want to watch this bullshit that people watch and want to distract themselves with, but then use that as a way to get closer to their partner, but really they're just using it as a distraction from their own fucking miserable lives. But that's okay. I'm not judging or condemning you for doing that. I'm just trying to make you aware. If you're doing that, maybe your partner's doing that, and maybe you're falling into a trap of like allowing them to manipulate you into thinking that you're the fucking crazy one for bringing it up, for calling it out, for seeing through the bullshit. Because you can twist and turn every single fucking detail to make someone else look crazy, to make someone else sound crazy, especially when there's no context. This is what we do in relationships. I'm grabbing titties, and the partner's there saying, "Why are you grabbing titties? That's not respectful. That's cheating, blah, blah, blah. That's so rude. That's so mean, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why are you so insecure? I'm not doing anything. And here I am grabbing titties. What's wrong with you? I'm not doing anything wrong. You must be crazy. You must be insecure. Get over it. Grow up. Here I am grabbing titties, trying to manipulate her into fucking thinking that she's the crazy one, and hopefully I break her down to a point where she ends up saying, maybe he's right. Maybe I am crazy. Him grabbing titties doesn't mean anything. And we do that all the time, don't we? Don't we? Yeah. But we want to manipulate people into thinking that they're the fucking problem, because God, devil, it's the same thing. It is the same power. There's only one power, and it is who I am. The only difference is your perspective. And why am I a savior to one and a demon to another? Because to one, I reminded them who they were, that they're the savior. To the other, I reminded them who they were, that they're the savior. That they're their own savior, that they're their own savior. So me reminding people that they're their own savior and they're their own savior means I'm putting myself on a pedestal as I'm their savior. And if I'm reminding them that they're their own savior and they're their own savior, and to one I am God, to one I am devil, what's the difference? I'm the same fucking person. I'm saying the same thing. I'm sharing the same message. I'm sharing the good news that they are their own savior. What are all these books about? you being your own savior, removing the mental food poisoning, removing a mental virus, realizing that your mental health is what you think and how you feel, and it's a fucking mirror. Our mental self is shaped and molded by what you think and how you feel. Death before dishonor, laying the false prophets to rest, because you must discern and prune and remove that which you deem unnecessary and inappropriate in your life. For example, if you have these friends that are here judging you because they can't identify with you anymore, they can't identify you as someone or something somewhere anymore, and it implies that you're different, which implies their world is different. These people that want to hold you hostage as that person rather than nourish you and allow you to grow in their garden need to be removed, need to be pruned, need to be killed. Mentally, energetically, not physically. You must remove the power you give them. You must remove these shackles that you're allowing them to have chained to you. Because you can feed this parasite that is trying to destroy you, or you can feed the parasite that is fighting all that is destroying you, trying to destroy you. It's two parasites, one power, one stomach. One is trying to kill you, one is trying to kill what's killing you. One is trying to kill you, and one is trying to kill what's trying to kill you. Not that it is trying to kill, not that it is killing you, it's trying to kill you. So one is trying to keep you alive, one is trying to kill you. God, devil. It's the one power, but you need both, because you must kill that which does not serve you. You must kill that which does not serve you. So these friends in your life, they want to hold you hostage. They must be removed. So that is your old world, and it is shaped and molded by what you think and how you feel. So if you want to live in a different world, and experience different things, that is a sun, by the way, not a spaceship from an alien. But, all you have to do is change what you think and how you feel, which will shape and mold your mental self. Now, mental self, I should have said this in the beginning. This glass on the snow globe is the firmament. Okay? Now, can a rocket get out of here? No, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. We won't talk about that. We won't talk about the shape. But this is your mental self. This is Mother Earth. This is the womb. This is the room. This is the tomb. It's not a coincidence that they all sound the same, right? Now, is the baby, the child, the life, the seed of life within the womb or without the womb? It's within the womb, and there's a source of life that's nourishing it. The umbilical cord. Can that baby now wrap the umbilical cord around its neck and take its own life? Yes. And then can that baby then say that they're living in hell? Yes. Will that baby then play the victim? Yes. But who is the one that wrapped the umbilical cord, the source of life, around its own neck? The child, the one. And it had the opportunity to perceive this world, this mental seal, as either heaven or hell. But, of course, we have to blame the womb for being hell, dangerous, torturous, toxic. So firma in Italian means sign, signed, seal or sealed, meant is mind. Meant in Latin means mind, right? Firma, meant. Mental, seal. I don't make this shit up. I just discover and uncover my deep intuitive knowledge. That doesn't mean I'm claiming to be your savior. That doesn't mean I'm the demon. But, if I kill your sacred cows, then I'm the demon. But isn't this sacred cow outside of you? I'm not saying it may not be a reflection, but it is outside of you. And we sit there and we worship it, and then we demonize the one that kills it, and we demonize the one that eats it, and we demonize the one that doesn't eat it, and we demonize the one that puts herbs on it, and we demonize the one that drinks wine with it. So you're the judge. Again, God and devil are one. And I am. John 10:30, I and my Father are one. There is no separation from me and my nose, and from what I am knows. But if I peel back the curtains and reveal the reflection that you are your own savior, then I am the demon. "666. Yep, because I'm wearing 666 on the back of my jersey, playing for Team Evil. 666. The 6 is Vav, the sixth letter, Hebrew alphabet. And the Hebrew alphabet is called Aleph Bet, which is like A and B. Father, son. Aleph Bet means father, son. That's where we got alphabet from. The sixth letter in this Aleph Bet alphabet is the Vav. The Vav nail, hook, or peg, right? It binds, it joins, it holds, it connects. Connecting man and spirit. Six, nine. It's not a coincidence that they're flipped and reversed, right? Six is inverted king. Nine is upright king. Here you can also say man is devil, right? God, and you can also say man, material. Here you can say spiritual. Inner man, outer man. Outer man for the six, right? Now, if this is a nail, six is a nail, six is the Vav is a nail. How was Jesus crucified to this cross? With 3 nails, right? One in each hand, one in both feet. 6, 6, 6. Because you are crucified to this body. Because the Savior has been crucified. The Savior, your imagination, has been crucified to this material garment. This material garment is the crucifix, the cross you must bear. This burden that you must carry. It is your cross to bear. So that's enough for today. All right? Now, when people tell you or ask you or want to judge and condemn you for being something they're not, for being a demon, for being the devil, blame you for why their life is the way it is, it's fine. Let them be. You don't need to do anything. They're already punishing themselves. They're already being punished as it is. Why? Because they're already living in hell. They're already living in their own hell. And they're making this their demon or their God. And when it finally gets taken away, because if I can take it away, I should. Because only that which is untrue can be taken away from you. So if I can take this away, I should. But that's not always comfortable. And some people will try and kill you physically for taking this away from them. And that's okay. They're asleep. It's not your job to wake them up. I'm not trying to wake anyone up with these messages, with these videos. The ones that find these videos and find value from them, not just find them, but actually take away value from them, are already woken up. I'm nourishing them like a child. That's all. I can't wake anyone up. And when I'm asleep, I don't want anyone coming in my room trying to wake me up. When I'm asleep, I don't want anyone coming in my room turning on the light. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to know about it. Leave me the fuck alone. I am asleep. You're like that too when you're sleeping. Everyone is. No one likes to be woken up. No one likes anyone interrupting them in their sleep. So don't interrupt these people that are asleep. Don't try and wake them up. It's not your job to. You can't wake them up. They're asleep. So just sing them a lullaby and let them sleep.